How the hell are you? This is Bombs Down, a brand new Call of Duty competitive podcast. I do have John Magnums with me this time. He's like, Zach, we need to start a Call of Duty competitive podcast. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Smoke screen coming out from John's.
Stop. Such a maniac. Why do I
Smoke
invite
out.
you here? Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta... I don't have anybody to talk COD with, so this should be fun. You seem like the only other person
Somebody's dying
in my
your background.
universe. Yeah, he's
Somebody's
dying.
dying.
He's dying. He'll be alright, though.
It seems like he took a smoke grenade a little too much.
And a Diet Pepsi.
I can't handle you, man. I can't.
Holy fucking shit, brother.
I can't handle you.
Been able to talk.
So, fucking
Right
Call
now.
of Duty. We are sponsored by Robinhood, Blue Chew, and Osiris Shoes. We will talk more about them later. John's muting himself because too much shit's going on in the background. So, you wanted to get into champs right away.
Why do I invite you over? I thought you would just smoke weed in the corner quietly. And then...
I didn't know you were doing it.
It is so, yes. We've been live for about a minute and a half.
Alright.
I'm gonna shut up now. All right, that's what he says. Go play Age
Hey.
of Empires in the corner.
To the corner with you. It's like when a kid's bad. You just send him to the corner.
Yeah, he's like a little child. What are you gonna do now? You're gonna put your face in front of the camera from the opposite end?
So, why are you responsible enough to talk about Call of Duty competitive? So that way people kind of generally know who the hell we are.
Am I? I don't know. I played for years. I played from about Black Ops 2 to Black Ops 3, like competitively. I went to an event, played semi decently. I probably watched every event from again Black Ops 2 to probably Black Ops 3. Then I've been caught up with life and watched like every other event since now. I don't know. I'd like to think I know a lot. Like I said, I played for years. I got a lot of experience. I'm probably ignorant on a lot of the newer stuff. Like I don't know a lot of these new players, but I mean I don't know. I'm getting back into it. It's pretty interesting. The Rec League really fueled my fire again, so to speak.
Well, you come on, you're downplaying yourself a little bit. Half of the people that are on these teams that are coming up now, you've played with or played against.
Yeah, I played a lot of these old guys. Or against, I wouldn't say I played with. The only person I played with briefly was probably Mox, and that's about it. I played with some of these guys in challengers that are finally getting their piece, but no, and I'm not gonna say like a lot of these guys shit on me, so I'm not gonna pretend that I'm good
You
or
played
anything.
with some of them.
Yeah,
Is
for
what I
sure.
was saying.
Yeah, I played against matches. Used to fuck up TK in those AW2Ks. Because they were the worst online team, but that's about it.
And I am Zach, Hollowed Zach. I produce Painkiller Already podcast, and I used to do a podcast called Around the Stakes, where I talked Call of Duty competitive. So I was like, you know what? He offered to do a COD competitive podcast, and I'm like, let's do another one. Let's do it. So I was like, let's fucking start.
I'd say you know more than me at this current time about like the current COD and what's going on. You probably know more than me.
Well,
I'm
do you want to
mostly
get
an
into
old
the new COD, or do you want to get into champs first? Because
we can start with champs. What'd you think? Did you like? I mean, phase 1. I think everybody had that in mind. They were dominant the whole season.
I thought Toronto was going to beat them. I really did.
It would have been nice, but I'm looking at their series count right now. FaZe went 34-7. Their whole the whole CDL. I feel like anybody but FaZe was kind of a dark horse, in my opinion.
I was hoping finals was going to be Empire Ultra.
That would have been my dream because I wanted to see Krim get a 4th ring, solidify himself as the GOAT. Because right now I think it's Karma. I know you disagree. It's either Karma or Clay, in my opinion.
It's Clay.
Clay is, yeah. I think I could agree with that. Clay's been filthy his whole career.
Yeah, it's somebody who's never stepped down, never fallen on his ass.
Fallen off the map quite a lot. Yeah.
He fell on the ground a little bit, but not falling on his ass. So yeah, I thought Ultra was gonna win. I think Cammy played out of his fucking mind. So did Vance. The
Insight.
yeah.
Some
Well,
credit to Insight.
Insight was playing fucking nuts all year.
That's my rookie of the year. I don't think he won it. He didn't win rookie of the year, did he?
I don't know what the final standings were.
I
I
think
don't
that
know
ended up being fuck, what's that other kid's
if
name?
Standy won.
Andy?
Fuck,
Yeah.
there's no reason for him to win Rookie of the Year after playing good in two chips. It's fucking insane. This entire fucking thing is so much recency bias. It's insane.
Yeah, Call of Duty, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. People
It's
think
like, what did you do last time? Not what did you do this entire year?
I feel like that's it for everything though, right? It's not about your whole career. It's you're only as good as the last map you played.
Yeah.
Is what I hear a lot.
And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It really did baffle me that the Thieves didn't do more than what they did. They were the one team that kind of disappointed me. I saw
same.
Optic falling on their faces because of COVID and everything else that went on. So I didn't expect them to really do very much.
I didn't ever thought Optic was like that good of a team. I think they placed exactly where I expected them to, which is like 4th or 5th in the ending seasons. Because I thought Dallas was definitely better than them. Toronto is way better than them.
I saw the Subliners beating them. I saw the Mutineers coming close to Optic, and I saw the Thieves coming close to Optic. I'm surprised that they made it out. They didn't get double first rounded.
Facts. LA Thieves have such a good roster on paper, but they cannot.
John couldn't
Put it
shoot a
together.
body to save his life.
Which is weird because that kid's been frying in challenges all year, and he's COD champion. I don't know what happened. I think he's one of the best subs to grace Call of Duty, personally.
He was. A few months ago, what was it? Like 2 months ago, they were arguing whether John or Seth was the best sub in Black Ops 3.
I would pick John 100%.
Stats wise, Scump blows him out of the water.
I think John does more though, in my opinion.
It-
I've always said that Scump's just a red dot chaser, in my opinion. I don't think he does anything but kill her. That's my hot take.
My hot take is Karma is not the greatest of all time. So
I mean, do you put him in your top 5 though, at least?
I would put him in the top 10. Top 5 might be a stretch.
Top 5's a stretch. 3 rings.
Because
He doesn't communicate.
I don't think rings is the be all end all of everything.
No, but he's been the glue of every team he's been on. He does the dirty work. He plays the bitch role in every team he's been on, and he does it well. He's one of the best at it.
No, when he was on Complexity, he was not playing the bitch role.
Well, no, yeah, he got kind of thrust into the bitch role after when he got on Optic and AW.
Yeah,
because you already had all the Slayers. You had Formal, Clay, or no, Formal, Crim, Scump, and Karma. Like,
watch what he did on Optic Nation, and that shows how good of a player he is.
I don't know if that's fair because didn't he have Bose, Ricky, and Killa on that team?
No, it was Karma, TP, Bose, Miracles.
Was it Miracles? Was Miro on that team?
It might be. It's at least pretty close.
Do you know how hard it is to win a map with Bose on your team? Come on now.
He got top 4 at that champs. How are you going to downplay Bose like that?
Bose sucks, man. He got carried to an X Games gold medal. I think he was on that team, right, or no?
No, he was.
It was Clay, Proofy, Scump,
Nade, Scump.
Oh, and Nade. You're right. Yep. Okay. I'm a Bose hater. Sorry, I can't. I'm never gonna hype that guy up. He's trash. He makes 50K a year doing nothing. Fuck that dude.
Hey, I wouldn't complain if I was making 50K a year.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not jealous. I'm just saying he doesn't deserve it. Is that fair? I feel like that's fair.
When you haven't played in a couple years, I guess that is pretty fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Champs? Anything else in champs?
So champs. Did anybody disappoint you? Any players disappoint you other than John?
The Thieves as a whole. Minnesota Rocker kind of disappointed me. Who did they end up losing to? I'd have to look at the
Dallas.
They lost to Dallas. Is it 3-1? I think
they lost to Dallas twice.
Lost to Dallas twice.
Or they lost to Toronto.
Oh yeah, they got 3-0'd by Dallas. Then they made a loser bracket run. beating LA Thieves 3-2, New York 3-1, and they lost to Toronto. Okay, so that's not that bad. Okay. So I guess the way their bracket turned out, that makes a lot of sense. I guess it would be New York then, right? New York has to be the obvious answer for disappointments. I thought they would have done a lot better.
Do you think Clay really was that big of a reason?
I think Clay's a major part of that team. Like they were talking on the flank today, Zuma's podcast, about how IGLs aren't that important, and I think that's just not true. I think Clay brings a lot to that team. Veteran presence, solid AR.
I don't even think it's veteran presence. There is something about being screamed at and say that you're the best in the fucking game when you're
Just the
fucking
hype
melting.
factor.
Yeah, when you're melting people and you're getting screamed at saying that you're the best in the fucking game, go kill that one too. There's just something different about that.
Yeah, I mean, me and you are both hype players, so when somebody's gassing me up, I'm gonna play better. I'm gonna play faster. So yeah, I can see that. And Clay's definitely the epitome of that guy. I think he'd make anybody play better.
The weird thing is, I didn't think Asim would actually pair well with Clayster at all.
I haven't watched most of it. He's a sub, right? Tim and Hydra on sub.
Yeah.
I read about that. Uh, I always just thought Azim was pretty filthy. I'm surprised they didn't play that like really well together too. I guess.
No, I was surprised. I thought they weren't going to play well together.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you
And
read
he
that.
overperformed this year completely.
Okay, you think? Okay, you think so? I didn't watch too much of New York, or if I did, I wasn't really paying attention to Azim that often. I guess I mostly just I'm kind of a Clay stan. He's probably one of my favorite players.
Yeah, he is
Right
my
after
favorite
Karma.
player. So I know we're going to go into roster predictions maybe on episode 2, but I think it would be really interesting to see Envoy and Major Maniac and maybe Havoc team back together.
You think so? I think Envoy's gonna go to the Thieves would make the most sense to me with Kenny
I don't-
Octane and trying to think who their fourth would be. Draza. I think that'd make a lot of sense. I like that roster a lot.
That'd be a crazy roster. I'm just saying that it would be interesting to see the old Gen G team come back.
Does Havoc even still have it anymore? I haven't seen him. He's in Challengers now, right? I haven't really watched
No,
much of
he
that.
played at Champs. He was in Florida.
Oh, and they got absolutely mopped. So
Yeah. But he needs a team where he can actually just run and play. And with Envoy, he was able to.
yeah.
So, Vanguard talk, and then we'll go into Optic Envy.
Sounds good. You
So-
played the alpha. You liked it.
I did. My expectations were I was going to fucking hate the game. In all fucking honesty, I thought I was going to hate the fucking game.
Me too. I haven't played it yet, so my opinions are. I try to. So looking at the game and what I've been told about the game looks absolutely dog shit. Vanguard looks so bad on paper. I think it's basically a Modern Warfare 2019 reskin, which to me was one of the worst Call of Duties of all time. Probably in my bottom 5 for sure. Not a big fan of it. The World War II skin, also not really a fan of that era. I'm tired of going to World War II. Just give me another modern shooter would be nice, or give me jetpacks.
Ugh.
I don't know. You not a jetpack guy?
No,
Or
I
just the
am.
modern era.
I wish that we had 3 different gens, in all honesty.
What do you mean by that? Like
Let's
in the
Sledgehammer.
cycle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let Sledgehammer do whatever the fuck they want because they kind of just excel at doing random shit. Keep them all in the same timeline. Keep Modern Warfare as modern, keep Treyarch as past, and keep Sledgehammer as future.
Okay. I mean, I'd be down for that. Then that way we touch all the bases. But I don't know. From what I've seen, like the time to kill is. You said it's about as cold. Like it's like Cold Wars. I think it looks a little bit faster. Like in between Cold War and Modern Warfare, which faster time to kill is not good. I'm not a big fan.
I like faster time to kill because it takes internet out of the situation. But I don't think that in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be as fast as it shows now. I think that headshot multiplier is going to be dropped. And then you're going to see the guns like the Tommy gun and whatever other SMGs that are fast fire rate, and they're going to fucking excel.
What'd you say the headshot multiplier was? 1.6?
It feels like probably 1.5, 1.6.
That is
I
absurd.
didn't watch Exclusive Ace's video, but if they're going for the more tactical kind of shooter, they got it.
Yeah, I just don't know how I'm feeling about it. Sledgehammer always tries to like innovate in some weird ass way, like the blind firing. Oh yeah, how was that? Was the blind firing overpowered at all, or dumb,
I didn't
useless?
see a single person use it.
Okay, so maybe not. The
Aaron
indestructible.
tried it and it stuck him into the wall.
Oh, nice. So it's
Like he
broken
was
already.
doing a box and it had the like netting that went over it.
Well,
And it stuck him directly in the netting. So I don't think that in the grand scheme of things, it's probably going to be used.
well, thank God. I heard the mounting. I heard you could strafe while mounting now.
Yeah, you
That
can
sounds ridiculous. Like some things like that just don't need to be in the game, like at all.
make movement fluid again. That's all we got to do.
Define fluid. What game is fluid to you?
Advanced Warfare, Black Ops
Uh,
4.
I agree with that.
I
Black
mean,
Ops
Black
4 is
Ops
pretty
3.
fluid. Black Ops 4 is fluid too, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'd like the Black Ops 3 engine. I think is probably one of the best COD engines we've played on. I know I don't think you're a fan of Black Ops 3 that much.
I liked it. I liked it.
Did you like it? Okay.
Yeah. I just wish it wasn't so future.
Well, what do you mean? And
I don't like how there was robots and
oh, okay, yeah, I could get rid of robots. I don't need to play as the goddamn robot in Call of Duty that kind of takes it
yeah,
out. Need
exactly.
flesh and blood.
Need there to be a reason that I'm playing this.
Yeah, for real.
So if you want to, if you want my honest opinion on what the meta is going to be, it's going to be 1-3, 1 AR, 3 subs. There's
I'd be
not going to
okay
be
with
a
that.
flex.
I don't want to flex. Well, all right. Well, I guess it depends what we mean on flex, because flex nowadays means a gun, like the Maddox, that can do it all. But I guess you're talking about the flexes and a guy who could switch between sub and AR.
A flex as in me. I can't see another player like me succeeding in this game where you can use both an AR and a sub. I think it's going to be 3 subs on 80% of maps. I'd be thoroughly surprised if it's anything less. The Thompson was too fast. It shot across the map and melted people. I don't see it. And we
I
haven't
like.
even seen the PP yet.
Oh yeah, the PBSH. I like sub heavy games. I think those are more competitive and more exciting. Me personally, probably I'm also a sub player, so I'm a little biased. But yeah, I definitely would prefer a sub heavy game. Uh, Plus
Yeah,
ARs just like ARs and COD now are just too dominant. They can kind of do it all. They give you way too much movement on ARs nowadays, at least in my opinion.
yeah. And I think that a lot of the attachments in this game are going to be completely overpowered.
Do you think the GA list is going to be long?
No, I think it's either going to be bans or it's going to be stupid.
You think it's going to be stupid? I think there's because the pros and the CDL always like to go back and forth with this. The CDL is going to try to ban as little things as possible,
Clay
and
has
the
already
pros
said
are.
that he will not abide by any GA list.
Oh, great. I've heard that before though. They say that till they get blacklisted, then they can't find scrims. So
So be blacklisted. Find scrims with the top fucking AM teams and fucking play.
I mean, the top AMKs aren't that good, especially like Clay's roster's probably going to be pretty decent. So playing AMKs would just be a waste of your time. Just be pushing their shit in all day.
Yeah, but it's getting the repetitions in of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's not learning gun skill. It's learning parts of the map and learning how you can actually move across the map in different ways to change how people are going to interact with you.
Yeah, but you still need people to shoot back to get better. Like, I mean, if a high school soccer team's playing the Bulls are not getting good practice. You know, like
No,
there's just
definitely not.
Obviously, there's a way bigger disparity between those two, but
But Haggie's team could have played any pro team and probably been better than the Paris Legion or the Gorillas pretty much all year.
anyone could have been better than those two teams. Those teams are awful. I'm convinced the Paris Legion was a money laundering front because they did absolutely nothing all year. I don't know how they got a league spot.
Well, we can now go into teams selling. So, did you hear about the Paris Legion selling?
Oh, thank God. No, I didn't. I'm glad they are because they have no business being in this league. Who are they selling to? Have they even found a buyer yet? I imagine they haven't.
Probably not, but possibly. There's 2 teams that are being sold, possibly Chicago and Paris. And the 2 teams that I've heard are C9, Genji, and there was one more big name team that
I
I
think E United was rumored, and maybe
yes, E
TSM.
United.
Yeah.
E
I think E
United,
United.
definitely.
People thought it was going to be E United, but I think they ended up announcing a Halo team instead, which I think might even be a bigger waste of money to fund a Halo team.
Yeah.
Me personally. There's no. Do they have to buy that spot for the full 15 million, or the I'm sorry, the 25
Whatever's left
million?
over out of the purchase price.
Oh, nobody's paying for that.
So they could buy the team for say $5, and then they would have to pay off the rest of the loan that the league gave them.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to see another org, because I don't even know who Paris
I
Legion are.
love Cloud9. Who the
Cloud9 would be
hell is
sick.
Paris Legion? Dude,
Who owns
imagine
Paris
Cloud.
Legion?
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask. Or go look. You don't know them. I've already looked into this. I am wholeheartedly convinced that the Paris Legion are a money laundering front.
Contact Gaming.
Yeah, now go look up what they've done. Absolutely nothing. They have a no-name CS:GO team that has placed T16 at events, and they've only made $1,500 in prize pools since they've been around.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you that nobody knows who these guys are. I think I did look it up. The CEO, his dad, I think is like a billionaire. That's probably how he got
They
the spot.
also own the Paris Eternal in the Overwatch League.
Well, what have they done? Nothing. It's not one of the teams I've
It's
ever
a
heard
chicken.
of. Chicken?
It's
Ugh,
a chicken.
a horrible logo. Who did the branding for this?
Top 12, top 10, top 10, top 3 out of 4, 8th, 4th, 4th, 1st, 8th, and 14th.
So they're not completely dog shit, but they're not great either.
And their team uniform is blue and bright red.
Blue and bright red. Don't the Chinese teams basically run the Overwatch League?
Not from what I'm seeing. I see Philadelphia, Washington, Boston as the teams that beat this team. Washington, Toronto.
Yeah, I'm looking at the nationalities of other player. Korean. So it looks like the Koreans are pretty dominant at
I see
Overwatch.
2 Koreans, a French dude, and 2 Americans.
Yeah. Are the Houston Outlaws decent? Now this is an
no idea.
Overwatch podcast.
Yeah, we gotta get back to COD. But so supposedly they're possibly being sold, which would be interesting.
Good. I'd like to see either, since I know E United's out, either Cloud9 or probably TSM. I think would be the biggest. That would
But
be
there's
nice.
2 spots that are selling.
That's
because
true.
I don't think NRG is staying.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows? I don't think Andy Miller wants anything to do with COD anymore. I think he's cutting his losses
I think he's pissed.
because the Hex kind of fucked them over.
Yeah. I don't think anybody else sees it like that. But I see it completely as he got fucked over completely.
100%. Yeah, that's how I see it. I think people don't see it that way because they like Hex a lot, even though Hex is a mediocre businessman and has no idea what he's doing.
Hex is a good fucking dude, but I don't think that in the grand scheme of things that selling your brand and then having to buy it back twice is the greatest fucking business opportunity you can have. And now you're possibly going to sell it for a third time.
Well, wasn't the idea the first time he sold it was to get more funding and more investors?
But why do you have to sell your brand in order to get more funding and investors when you sell more than what you have in it?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a business major, I guess.
Normally,
talking out my ass.
if you sell a business, you're either out of it, as in you sell 100% of it, or you sell 50% of it and you're still an owner.
Maybe that was the only deal on the table. I mean, I don't think we know the.
But if sponsorship was as good as it was, and he really was as good of a sponsor getter and everything else because of the YouTube channels and everything else, then how was he that bad off that he needed that money then?
I don't think Optics is as profitable as people think. They're not even one of the biggest esports orgs in
Did you
the United
see the
States.
phase house? Have you seen any of the phase houses?
You say houses, so I'm assuming they're a fuck ton of money over there.
Yeah. So how does Optic not run the same size, the same level as Phase when Optic was bigger than Phase?
I think FaZe did a better job branching out into other esports. I think that's what I think happened. They had a really good CS:GO team for a long time that were like winning
But
events. I'm pretty
they still
sure.
had to be paid.
Aren't there? I think a lot of people like FaZe over Optic. I think FaZe is way bigger than Optic. They probably sell a lot more merch than Optic does,
That I wouldn't be surprised by.
which I think is where most of their money come from. LA Thieves is a bigger merch org
Yeah.
than an esports org. So, maybe Optics is not selling merch.
I'm really surprised that a hoodie org like Optic is going to be partnering with Envy or
I'm sur-
possibly being sold to Envy.
I think that's a really good move. Uh, well,
I don't.
and I think it's a good move. I think they should have done it a while ago. Um, for the CDL, I think it's a bad move because now you have the two biggest fan bases all in the one, so the fan bases are gonna be so
Two of the
one-sided now.
biggest three.
Yeah,
So
FaZe being the other one, I
yeah,
imagine. Yeah, so
yeah.
two of the biggest three, whatever, fan bases putting it together. You got Hex and Hastro finally working together again, which because they had Eon like what 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
They
And they're
worked.
not going to be liked.
You think so? Why not?
Think nobody really liked the Empire. It was a team everybody loved to hate. After the whole Scumpy and Crim6 thing.
Okay.
This is this is Scump going back to Envy again.
I don't think the fans are seeing it that way though. I bet they see it as
And
I
this team is utter dog shit.
Dallas or the roster they put together.
This roster that they're putting together.
Really, I think Shotzi and Scump will work really well together.
I think Shotzi and Scump will work better together, but
Uh,
Dashy is not a main AR.
Not at all. I agree.
And Illy is not a main AR. So are they really going to have Scump run a main AR?
Absolutely not. There's no way Scump's gonna run AR. It'll be
No,
Ellie and Dashy 100%.
but there's a chance. Look at Modern Warfare. He was the third AR and second AR on some maps.
Was he really?
Yes.
Well, that was in 5v5 though, right? Because
Yes.
who else was on that roster?
It was
Arcides,
Arcides, Envoy,
Scump.
Scump, Crim, Pristini.
That sounds like an awful roster. First of all,
It was an awful roster.
who ran sub then?
It was Pristini and Envoy. And Scump and Preston flipped back and forth every now and then.
Yeah, I thought Preston would be the one running the third AR if they needed one.
Yeah, they flipped back and forth every now and then.
Nah, I think the roster would be pretty nasty. The biggest wild card to me is Dashy because Dashy probably has arguably the biggest ego in COD right now and has nothing really to show for it.
Are we going to use a gun like the ICR where he's not going to succeed? Or is it going to be a very, very fast paced AR where he's going to succeed very, 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 very well? And that's the question. Because I don't see Illy as a fast paced AR, but I also don't see him as a slow paced AR either.
Nah, I mean, and we'll have to see how the game actually plays in 4v4 first too, because maybe it'll work. I do think their ARs are gonna get torn apart though, because like you said, like none of them are mains. They definitely need a main. And the sad part is, I feel like they'll never drop. They're not gonna drop Dashy. They'd probably drop Illy, who I think's a better player, before they drop Dashy.
I think Dashy's a better player, especially if we have snipers.
Maybe. All right. I mean, I think it's a debate, but I don't. I would rather have Illy on my team than Dashy, simply because of the
Are we saying
teammate that
this
Dashy
year?
is.
Are we saying this year or are we saying for the next couple years? Because I think this year is Dashy. For a couple years, it might be Illy.
I just wouldn't want to build a team with Dashy on it. I feel like he's a really bad teammate. Doesn't want to scrim. Has a super huge ego. Probably really hard to work with. I'd rather pick somebody else up. I just would. I thought what I wanted to happen was like they either drop Dashy and pick up either like an Octane, or even I would have kept Krim before I kept Dashy. In my opinion,
From what I saw online, they were possibly looking at picking up a BZ.
that would have been filthy. But no, there's no way a BZ's leaving FaZe. That roster, that's a dynasty. They're not leaving that. I would be surprised if FaZe doesn't win champs again this year. That's
Yeah.
how filthy that roster is.
Well, they had a chance last year too.
What was last year was Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who'd they end up losing to? They lost to Dallas.
Dallas.
I mean, that team's just too good, dude. It's hard to not see FaZe winning everything. It's impossible.
If New York won this year, Clay would have had a three-peat.
That would have been sick. I would have loved that.
Who wouldn't have?
And he's probably my goat with Krim, and probably goes Clayster, Krim, Karma in that order for me.
Clayster is definitely number one.
Absolutely.
And then you hear my bias because I think Aches is still in the top 3.
I don't know if Egg's in the top 3. He's definitely in my top 5.
I love some Patrick Bryce.
Me too. I thought he was played the villain role perfect. Love to do it. Very intelligent player. Also another player who can kind of do a little bit of everything. I really like Hicks.
Yeah, me too. I think he'd be a cool fucking dude to sit here and have on the podcast and sit here and bullshit COD.
Tweet him up, man. Hit him up. See if he wants
I will.
But the other option on that Dallas team I would have liked to see instead of Octane for Dashy, a Slasher. I thought would have been a decent pickup too.
I don't think Slasher and Scump would have worked.
What makes you say that? Personalities?
Personality wise.
I don't know. I just feel like that team needs an IGL, and I don't know who's gonna do it. I can't. They don't have anybody. Ashley's not gonna end game lead. Scump is too cracked. I don't think he's gonna do it. Maybe Illy. Illy would have to be the one to step up, in my opinion.
And I don't think Illy does it. I think if it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be Scump.
I don't think Scump's a leader.
When he was on stream talking about how sad he was about letting Matt and Dylan go, he's a leader. What?
When you say Matt, Nade Shot?
No, Formal.
Oh, wait, Matt and who else?
Dylan.
Oh, which one is that? Envoy? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you said names instead of gamer tag, so I was confused. I think losing Envoy was huge. I'd rather keep Envoy over Dashy. I'm just not a big fan of Dashy. I hate that guy.
I think his sniping and his hype, just like Clayster's hype, sells him very, 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 very well.
Yeah, but he just needs. I don't know, man. He needs direction. He needs somebody to like actually teach him how to play, and he needs to want to learn. And I don't really see that at a Dashy. Like I said, his ego's to the roof. I feel like that guy thinks he's the best on every team he's on, which is a good attitude to have. But it's like when he loses, he's not willing to like learn from it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him change his game at all, and like improve like that.
I remember all the snipes from Black Ops 4, and I'm just like, yes, I can see where what he brings to the table is something fucking awesome.
He's definitely nasty, and he brings a lot to the table, but he's not gonna bring your team a championship. I don't ever see that happening.
He solo can't bring a team a championship. He needs Scump to go off. He's going to need Shotzi to go off. He's going to need another duo to his right. Because if you look at the, Complexity team in World War II, he was fucking disgusting on that team.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't like Dashy, man. I'm just gonna. I just want to see him fail. I guess because he's so annoying to watch. He's so annoying to listen to. I just don't like that type of player.
Just me, but I don't root for Optic anymore.
I stopped probably after Nade Shot left. That's when I stopped rooting for Optic. Either Nade Shot or when Karma left, probably.
And then I was like, you know what? I got to find different teams because I want the teams that are fucking nobodies to win.
It's kind of how I am too. I really like the underdogs a lot. When Denial won champs, the Denial versus Revenge final is probably one of the most exciting finals in COD
Yep.
history.
I was so hoping that it was fucking Revenge that won that shit.
That was the Nagafin team, right? It was a Nagafin, Remy, Aqua, +1. I don't know the last guy.
Remy, Nagafin, Aqua, and
Mm,
who the
I feel like
fuck was the
I
last
feel like
one?
it's another guy who's not in the league anymore.
It's a dude who's in the league, and that's the hard part.
Is he really?
Yes.
Revenge. Actually, why can't I just look up AW COD champs? See if they can find it from there.
And I'm gonna feel like an idiot.
Oh, well, no, he's not in the league. He's a coach now.
Oh, who is it?
The Sinto
Oh, he's not a coach. He's a
analyst.
no, he's a manager.
Oh, okay.
He manages players, not teams.
Okay. I really liked Jacinto too.
He's an agent. That's what he is.
That was one of my favorite rosters. That
Yeah, me
Revenge
too.
roster. I wonder what Nagafin's doing now. I thought he was really underrated.
I loved his weird guns and all that shit.
Yeah, dude, his movement, his weird ass routes, like on Redwood. Dude was the best tree runner in the game.
Nagafin with the routes.
Yeah. I think, and he had the sniper a lot too. He was doing some crazy things on Redwood specifically, running around the trees and sniping people on the bomb site. That guy was nasty.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him. I wonder.
I think he played challengers this year.
Weird. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't seen anything from him. Much as I'd like to. I'd like to see Remy. I wonder what Remy's doing. Who was that kid that was on like who played on like was it Royalty? Who played on like 10-10
Yeah.
sensitivity way back in the day?
He doesn't anymore. They're actually on the same team. They joined on my birthday, January 24th. Fellow Nagafin Parzilian and Royalty joined and Exotic joined Triumph.
Okay. They do anything worth noting in challengers or no?
No,
Damn.
that was last year.
I
And I
see.
see nothing for this year.
I see. This year they placed top 8 at the finals and challengers. It's basically everybody exotic fellow Dave Patey and Royalty on the same team. Okay. Do you think the Aqua's on LAG right now, right? Do you think he bounces back? He used to be really good.
Aqua is on Paris right now.
Is he really? Oh.
Yeah.
So did nothing all year. Unfortunate.
Probably one of the best ARs early on in the game too.
Yeah, I always thought Aqua was really underrated.
I'm surprised people like Aqua hasn't picked up people like Nagafen again.
Just to give him a shot. Yeah, I don't see why not. I'd love to see Nagafin back in the league, but I haven't seen him play, so who knows if he hasn't just lost it.
But I would always like if I had a blow up game like fucking AW with Revenge, it would be like that's my duo, regardless of what happens. That's the person I'm gonna bring with me regardless.
I don't know. I feel like you never see that. People just hop teams so much now, dude.
I know.
It's a revolving door of teammates. There ain't no loyalty. I mean, it's loyalty like to the same pool of people, but they're
Yeah.
constantly swapping. Like COD is such a big friendship league. Like I don't
Definitely.
think. Try to look at these rosters again. Like who's in the league right now? Like Silly has no business being in the league. Trying to think who else. I don't think Pristini's that good. Classic shouldn't be in the league. I don't know what he's doing here. Accuracy shouldn't be in the league anymore. Like
There's a lot of people that could be filled by different people.
I want to see some AMs come back up. I want to see some new names. Phase them out. Like GodRx was really good at the beginning of the year. Sib is an insane talent, but he's such an asshole, so I don't think we'll ever see him in the league ever again. I know nothing about the EU scene, so but apparently if some guy from France can come out and be dominant, there's got to be some more guys over there that are good. I didn't think Hydra was going to be that filthy. I don't know why. I just always look down on EU players.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see what Afro does this year. Not Astra.
I haven't. I think I've seen stuff about him, but I don't know how good he is. guessing he's good.
I think that London team's going to be Astro, Wuskin, Scraps, fill in fourth.
You think they're gonna pick Weskin back up?
I think they're going to have to. They want to go London only. They want to go UK only.
Well, that's dumb. They're
Maybe
never
they
gonna
fill
put
it in the
together.
fourth with Nasty.
Maybe. I don't know why they'd pick up what's his name though. That just seems silly. I
Wuskin
thought
was one of the best ARs in the league last year
yeah last year, but he not even, didn't even make the league this year.
because they said that he didn't try. And who was it? Was it Clay? Once somebody came out and started talking shit about him, it literally just fell apart.
Yeah. I wonder if General's good enough to get back in the league.
He's playing flex now.
That kid Wand is really good, from what I've seen about him. On UIU, I know he's really good. And I do not know. I lied. I don't know half of these people now, dude. Like, looking
Half
at
of
this,
them. The fact that you know half of them is impressive.
I'm pretty sure I played with this Nero kid. It's the same guy. I can't tell though. Oh, this guy's 19. Probably not. There are so many names that get reused over and over and over again.
You mean there's another Mochila?
I mean, that's pretty unique. But a lot of these names I've seen, like, I've known half a dozen Glories. I've known half a dozen Hollows. Uh, I've known 3 Venoms. Like,
How many of them have an X in their name?
at
All of
least
them.
2. I don't know any of these kids. I already said Glory. I play with Gentroid. Huh. Interesting.
I think we're going to have a very, very interesting kind of roster mania. I think the last question is: do you think Zuma comes back?
No, I think he's making a killing on the flank, doing that and streaming, and he's probably having way more fun over there than he ever was competing. I would imagine. There's no
You don't
chance
think
he comes back.
competing bites him again?
I mean, it bites all of us, right? Like anyone who's played, I feel like always like kind of wants to go back. I think he's definitely good enough. I think Zuma could be a top sub in the league, but I just don't think he wants to go. I don't think he wants
I
to.
wonder if his hand's gonna. If he did, I wonder if his hand would hold up.
Probably not. Like hand injuries are pretty hard to fix. I don't even know what it was. The thumb injury, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I don't know. Your hands are hard to fix. He's probably chalked for life on that. Doesn't he play keyboard now?
I think so. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if we could get Zuma back.
I would
So-
love it. Would he still do the podcast? The flank is one of the best things that happened to COD.
I know that's why we started this. That way we could see if we could be one of the best things that happened to COD.
No offense, but good luck.
You smooth brain retards and hoping.
Yeah, we'll try our best.
Try
What's
our
up,
best.
Brody? Welcome to the chat.
Welcome, Tickers.
Stickers in here too. Oh, that's Brody. Yeah,
Crim
yeah.
wasn't on that roster. It was formal. Oh, sorry about that, boys. I
Wait,
didn't
in
have the
Modern
comments
Warfare
up.
3 champs?
Modern Warfare champs. It
Not Modern
was.
Warfare 3. Yeah, sorry.
Crim wasn't on Optic. It was formal. And I'm a retard and said Crim, I believe. Or you did. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Oh yeah, because Crim was on Dallas. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I think Formal is one of the most overrated ARs of all time.
I still think it's hilarious when everybody got fucking butthurt when he tried to go back to a sub last year.
I think he should have stuck on sub, especially once you brought it up, and I thought about it a lot, like his play style and like how filthy he was at Ghost. He probably would have been a great sub.
Tell me how him and fucking. Well, they still wouldn't have had a main AR.
Krim or Karma. Krim could play main AR.
No, it wasn't that team.
Oh, you're
The
talking about
team-
on Modern Warfare?
Yeah, it was Modern Warfare. So it would have been Arcides as main. Who would have
Arceus is
been,
a good main. Yeah.
but who would have been Flex?
Pristini.
You?
And then you could have Formal Flex. Formal's not a bad AR by any means. He's definitely a top 5 AR, but he's not the GOAT. AR that a lot of people say he is.
Clay is.
It's absolutely Clay. There is no question. I think Arcades is a better AR than Formal. Octane's a better AR. I would take Slasher on my team before Formal.
I would too.
Personally.
But with Slasher, you have to build the team a certain way.
That's true. You really gotta. Yeah. Slasher's very.
That
his
team
way or
has
the
to have
highway.
balls of steel.
I would deal with it. I feel like I don't know. I'd be pretty good at dealing with Slasher. I don't think it'd be much of a problem.
It wouldn't be for me either, but for
Just
some
listen
people
and
it would
shut
be.
the fuck up. I don't know. I mean, I see. Here's the thing. Like when I competed, I had a huge ego, so I can't. I guess I can't talk like because now I don't really care anymore. So the ego's not there. So maybe I wouldn't have listened back in the day when I competed. Who knows? Who knows? Were you ever that guy? Did you have an ego?
No, I was never good enough. My 2 KD in AW was more than enough.
Okay.
I never had the time to compete after having kids.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
that kind
teenage
of does
years.
it for you, huh?
I
Yeah.
tried to compete in Black Ops 2, and nobody fucking wanted to actually put in the time and the effort, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, that's the hard part, dude. Getting schedules right when you're competing is tough. Like I remember having to go to school and then we'd scrim from like 7 p.m. to like 2 a.m. I got to wake up at 6 in the morning. It
Yeah.
was rough. It was a blast though, looking back. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I miss those days.
I really do. And it's funny because as soon as I have disposable income, I can travel, and then it was like I'm so burnt out. I don't feel like playing COD anymore.
Yep.
It was rough. And then all the games are trash too. Like playing IW, like I got to play IW on LAN once. Awful. I'd never go back.
I would never play IW.
It was so
I
bad.
played remastered that entire year. I was hoping that they were going to flip the game.
Yeah, I played for the first 2 months. I think I played IW, and I was like, nope, we're retiring. I'm quitting. And then I just played like remastered GBs the whole year. That game was so much fun.
Dude, I'm going to say this on stream too and say fuck it. We need to get a whole bunch of people to come play PlayStation fucking Modern Warfare Remastered and play some Money 8s or Money
I would
10s.
do that. That would be, yeah. Who would we get though? We don't have none of the people we talk to play COD anymore or play at a competitive level. Aaron didn't even know what the CDL was. Who are we gonna get to play with us?
I don't know. Well, boys, this is posted on the COD competitive subreddit. Anybody who wants to play Modern Warfare Remastered, post on this fucking comment on this link.
I feel like we'd just be taking money from like Void and Aaron all day. If would we
Just
be
put
allowed to
us
be on the same team? Yeah, no. We'd know all the spots. It'd be like Modern Warfare 2 all over again. No.
I learned mouse and keyboard and I became second really, really quick.
Yeah. Are you still playing mouse and keyboard at all or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You getting better at it?
Yeah. I'm
Good.
getting it. I'm getting it.
It's a pretty hard learning curve, I'm not gonna lie, but Modern Warfare 2 is probably the easiest COD to learn it on though, because it's not as much of like your
I'll
A
learn
and D
Valorant.
keys. But Valorant's got a lot of strafing though, dude. Like
Yeah.
Valorant takes way more skill. Like Modern Warfare 2, you're just kind of a statue for most of your gunfights.
I still WASD a lot when I'm in gunfights.
It's hard though. With the ACR, it's hard. You can't AD on the
Yeah.
gunfights of Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
You're such a turtle. Such a turtle in that game.
So, boys, I think that this has been a good first episode. Check out Robin Hood, check out Blue Chew, check out Osiris Shoes. We got cool ass fucking sponsors because we're cool ass fucking dudes. And let us know if you like Bombs Down. We'll see you fucking later, boys.